mean, it's so cool. This is so cool. Bob will slow me. Oh, see, I didn't use that
All right, folks, so once again, to those of you just joining us, a hearty welcome here to beautiful Harrisville. Of course, day 2 of action here in the sunshine. Somebody hold their jumpers there are finishing their warm-ups there. The markers are in the second hill. And that's a good sign that we're minutes away from the start of our unofficial trial round. So the jumpers all over the field today. Jumping in east of the hill, racing their dial.
Look this way, guys.
It's a perfect day for ski jumping. We're really thankful and a shout out to all the folks who are here today to make this wonderful event. All to your staff. They do all the fundraising for this event. They line up our great sponsors. And they do an amazing job putting this hill truly world-class condition. You look at that thing, the bows are perfectly straight here. The hill is up to international FIS standards. And we've got a great team of athletes from across the globe to put on a great show for all of us today at Harrisville. Of course, the beer tent's open. We've got a lot of good snacks here. Andre's making the Sausage Kitchen Fire again with our friends at Maple Grove Elementary School. We'll have a lot of snacks. It's going to be a wonderful day here. So the athletes, you can see they're making their way towards the top of Harrisville.
You want the best?
Now until the first unofficial trial round of competition. Once again, folks, welcome here to day 2 of action. Here is your
Wait, we got to wait for one more. Wait for one more. Henry's right behind us. What number are you? 11.
There, they drive up there.
Awesome. Well, you guys have to
I'd
walk.
like to take a thing up there, except I don't want to go jumping down the thing.
You don't want to jump, huh?
Day. He's going to jump well, as he always does. He has the hill record, and hopefully he'll get it again. This is Jack, Christopher's nephew. Say hi. Hi, Jack. Look at the camera. See the camera? Say hi. Here you go.
We're skis in the mouth. King, 18 years old, Andover, New Hampshire. So AJ there cutting his teeth, coming up a little short there, right around that 40. France of Lake Placid there. You can barely see him coming down this jump, but let's watch him fly. Great position in there. Really pretty looking jump for the young man. A Nordic combined athlete from Lake Placid.
Yeah, he had a nice knee and he put down, I think, a very good telemark landing.
France of Lake Placid.
On the hill.
So this Evan Nichols here, also of Hanover, great looking jump over that 70-meter mark. He's also a very up-and-coming Nordic combined skier.
Yeah, several great jumps in the Hanover, Lebanon area. Very active junior programs up there.
Beckett, the bucket ledger.
Well, a big part of it is the takeoff, and that's a very nice move. On the hill. And they tore it down and brought it to outside of Chicago. Beauty! So, all right, well, we're ready. All right, we've got another jumper coming out onto the bar.
All right, so one of our Austrian jumpers, and they've notoriously done so well here. Of course, Alex Dies there, a former Austrian national team member. Here's Matthias Ada from Eisenach,
On the way. Here he comes. Well, he's got a big updraft there. Actually, a little surprised he wasn't able to work that for a little bit longer because I could feel some air from where we are pushing up the hill. But that also means you got to get to it to flight position as far as he could. 79 meters on that last jump.
So our next ski jumper there, Chris Lamb, number 30, competing for the Marlborough College ski team there. We call him the professor. He's studying as a junior there at Marlborough College, studying environmental science and policy over there. And folks, he has 2 wins so far here in Brattleboro. He's up the hill. If he wins once more, he's going to retire that wing trophy.
It's a beautiful trophy. Chris Lamb on the hill. Very solid flight right down the middle of the landing hill. Very well done for the trial.
And so great. Chris had a brilliant 96-meter ride. Yes, jumpers from around the globe competing here in Brattleboro today. Of course, yesterday was the Pepsi Challenge. Fish, today is the Fred Harris Memorial Tournament. And now the results for today will determine who gets their name etched for all of time on the Fred Harris Memorial Wing Trophy.
And of course, we do have somebody who can actually retire that today in Chris Lamb.
That's true. Chris Lamb has 2 wins to his name. If he wins the tournament again today, he'll take that wing trophy home with him.
We are good to go with our opening ceremonies for the 95th running of the Harris Hill ski jump. So I'm going to turn it over to Dave McCahill for the introduction of our jumpers.
Absolutely, sports fans. What do you think? Can we get a round of applause here to welcome all these jumpers to beautiful Brattleboro? They've come from far and wide, from the Alpine nations over in Europe to all across the United States to join us here in Brattleboro today. So sports fans, we're going to join number 4. Coming from Andover, New Hampshire, please welcome AJ King. Number 5, representing Kennett High School, Sean Maloney. Wearing bib number 6 today, representing the New York Ski Educational Foundation, 11 years young. Please welcome Bryce Clark. Athlete number 7, a Nordic combined skier from the Andover Outing Club. Please welcome Henry Johnstone. Number 8 from Thetford, Vermont, skiing for the Fort Sayre Ski Club, Aiden Cuddy. Number 9 from Lake Placid in New York, 11 years old, Tate France. There we go. Athlete number 10, competing for the Fort Sayre Ski Club in Hanover, Evan Nichols. Jumper number 11 joins us from Lake Placid, New York, a senior at Lake Placid Junior Senior High School, Brian Bird. Number 12, all the way from the Norkey Ski Club in Fox River Grove, Illinois. Put your hands together for Hunter Gibson. Number 13, from the Flying Eagle Ski Club, please welcome Andrew Orlaub. Number 14, from Lake Placid, New York, skiing for NICEF, Matt White. Skier number 15, from Lake Placid, New York, competing for NICEF, Beckett Ledger. And let's welcome our champion from yesterday's junior competition from Fox River Grove, Illinois. Please welcome Ben Kaiser. Going to our open class, please join me in welcoming your hometown skier from Brattleboro, Vermont, Spencer Knickerbocker. Skier number 21, coming from Brooklyn, New York, please welcome Cooper Dodds. And our open class today, competing in the Fred Harris Memorial Tournament, number 5 joins us from the Alpine nation of Austria. Please welcome Matthias Ada. Athlete number 26 from the Norkey Ski Club, Patrick Gazanicha. Athlete number 27, competing from Austria. Please welcome Joseph Dionbauer.
Athlete number 28 competing for the Flying Eagle Ski Club, second in the U.S. Cup standings. Please welcome Nick Mattoon. Athlete number 29, all the way from Slovenia, Jan Stupar. Athlete number 30, competing for the Marlborough College Ski Team. Your hill record holder, please welcome Chris Lamb. Athlete number 31, from the nation of Slovenia, please welcome Jacques Shalik. Athlete number 32 of the U.S. Ski Jumping National Team from St. Paul, Minnesota, your U.S. Cup champion, Brian Wallace. And sports fans, your champion from yesterday's Pepsi Challenge, please welcome from Slovenia, Blas Pavlic. Brattleboro, I present to you your athletes of the 2017 Fred Harris Memorial Ski Jumping Tournament.
Give them a big round of applause. They will be entertaining you today. For the singing of our national anthem today, we welcome Brattleboro resident Christina Mima. She's born in Sweden, and she's a resident of Brattleboro since the age of 7. She has been singing all her life. A year after arriving in Brattleboro, she began practicing in musical theater. Since then, her life has been filled with dancing, music, and performance. Let me present to you Christina Mima with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Give it up for her, ladies and gentlemen, Christina Mima.
All right, so there they are, folks. So in just a few minutes, those athletes will be heading their way to the top for 2 exciting jumps off of Harris Hill. And we're going to follow up today's action with another target jumping tournament, which should be great fun to watch. So lots of action in store for all of us today as our international field of flyers heads up to the top of Harris Hill. Lots of tradition here, 95 years of ski jumping legacy here in Brattleboro, and we're so glad you're here to join us for this exciting year of action. So once again, folks, lots of libations here. All of our friends here, some delicious food vendors. The beer tent is open. The beer is flowing. The wine is mulled and spiced. Very delicious. And if you're looking for a great way to support these junior athletes, both financially and in terms of motivation, swing on over to our merchandise tent there. We've got great Harris Hill t-shirts, all sorts of fun stuff over there, and a few more cowbells, which you can purchase. They're only $10. They make that wonderful, iconic clinging noise, and that the jumpers, I've been told, and I can tell you from experience, really gets them excited when they're sitting on the bar there. So those are available over at the merchandise tent. So $10, all the proceeds support Eastern Ski Jumping. It's a nonprofit
nonprofit, helps promote junior clinics and camps to get these athletes up to this elite level. So just a public service announcement to our jumpers there. Please get ready to go. We're going to be kicking off our round one of action at 12:45 today. That's in just under half an hour. So once again, to our athletes, get suited up, hop in the truck, and let's get you guys to the top of Harris Hill for this exciting round one of Harris Hill ski jumping here. A lot of fun here. I'm here. Applause for Ariel Picton. She's poised and ready at the top of this hill. It's her first ever weekend skiing up a K90 meter ski jump. Let's give her a warm welcome.
All right, Dave, we've also moved up from the 18th bar on the hill. We started on the 18th. We're now going out of the 22nd bar. So I think you can look for more speed and longer jumps than the trial round.
All right, there's Ariel.
So a nice ride for her. It's pretty impressive, the effort she's doing there. Her first ever weekend skiing on an Olympic-size hill. A really cool effort. And so Ariel is a coach over in Salisbury, Connecticut, shaping the next generation of junior springers. Waiting for a distance there for Ariel. 40 meters. 40 Meter for Ariel Picton.
Dave, you may have mentioned, but they've thrown some chemicals on the hill now. Sodium chloride, which will harden it up. And so that has to be very skillfully applied.
And so this is number 4, AJ King up there on the hill. Nice looking start for him. More distance in the first round, and he comes down. It's a smooth looking effort. AJ, a junior jumper there from Andover, gaining some experience here against the best in the business. 46 Meter, 46 meters the distance for AJ.
All right, coming up now, we'll have number 5, Sean Maloney out of Kennett High School in New Hampshire. Kennett's program has been very, very strong.
And he's on the hill.
So let's see what he can do on the in run now. Building up speed, kicked off, brings it forward. That's a nice jump.
That was a beautiful ride. You can feel down here there's a bit of pressure. The air is starting to move. I think once the sun begins to bake things down here, the thermals get going, and there's some really good air cushions for these athletes to fly on.
That's right, Dave. You know, and he could have bailed out a little earlier and gone shorter, but he rode it as far as he could. That takes some courage.
All right, sports fans, the next skier, number 6, Bryce Klock there competing for the New York Ski Educational Foundation. He is just 11 years old.
And on the hill.
And if you're 11 years old...
Oh, he's got a good one. He's got a good one.
And look at that. Is that pretty darn impressive there for a youngster there, the pint-sized skier. His nickname there given to him by Chris Lamb is the Flying Monkey.
There he goes, and he proved his point there. 56 on that last jump on this jump.
58 meters, so he picks up 2.
And if you're 11 years old, you're in the 6th grade. Pretty impressive. Love to see it.
So next up will be number 7 there competing for the Andover Outing Club. A really great Nordic combined skier. Comes from a great family with a good Nordic combined pedigree. This is Henry Johnstone in the starting gate there. His first season on a 90-meter hill.
And make some noise for him because he's on his way.
He's a sophomore at Concord Carlisle High School in Massachusetts. Good job. Pretty sure his dad was a Nordic combined Olympian, and I think probably grandfather Dusty, also an incredible skier, skied for Dartmouth. So that's in the family.
All right, the survey says they're a beautiful smooth jump. Again, these youngsters here, they're gaining experience, they're gaining confidence on these larger Olympic-size hills.
All right, we get the distance 50 meters.
All right, so number 8's a Vermonter here from the beautiful state of Vermont. Aiden Cuddy from Tepwood there competes for the Fort Sayre Ski Club.
10 years old, started jumping at Oak Hill in Hanover.
On his way.
I think he's in grade 10, so he's a little bit older than that, but nice looking
Oh,
start.
look at this, look at this.
Great style there,
for the youngster from Thetford there. Aiden doing a strong job.
Number 7. We have a great crowd here at the Harris Hill Ski Jump, so don't be afraid to cheer for them as you hear that they are on their way. It helps them stay in the air longer, I promise you.
All right, so if you turn your attention to the top of Harris Hill, you're going to see a highlighter green suit there, and that belongs to 11-year-old Tate France. Look at this pint-sized guy working his way onto that start bar. I can tell you from experience, it's a pretty harrowing feeling, kind of working your way on, especially when you're a junior going from the very top of this thing.
I once stood up there and passed out in the summer. On his way.
All right, so Tate really working on his technique.
Oh, look at
so
that.
patient in
Look
the air.
at that.
That's a great effort for the young man. We're going to see, my prediction is he's going to be our Hill champ on the 100th anniversary year of ski jumping here at Harris Hill.
That is a good call. 62 meters for the young guy. Give it up for him. That was a beautiful jump.
We just want to clarify a few distances there. For number 7, Henry Johnstone, that was a 57.5 meter ride. Aiden Cuddy, 59 meters and 62 meters for Tate France. We're on now to number 10, Evan Nichols.
Evan out of the Fort Sayre Club in New Hampshire. He's a 7th grader at the Lodge School.
On the hill.
Jumping since he was 6 years old. He's 13 now.
Aggressive, a great future ahead for Evan. I love how explosive he is on the takeoff. He uses a wide V style, catches that air. Of course, that style pioneered by Jan Buklev there, the Swedish athlete. Really working it well.
Yeah. 61.5 meters, a nice job. These young guys are really stepping up and answering the call. Oh, it's very cool. We're ready for our next athlete.
So this is B Money, B Squared. His name is Brian Bird, all the way down from Lake Placid, and here he comes. So Brian, a senior in high school, looking at getting into college, and having a lot of fun here at Harris Hill. Well, he's doing it.
His longest jump ever, 117 meters. Started jumping when he was 10 years old.
61 meters on that last jump.
61 Meter.
What Dave said.
And now we have from the Northeast Ski Club in Fox River Grove, Illinois, Hunter Gibson.
So this guy knows how to fly. Yesterday in trial, 93 meters, so he knows what it takes.
On the hill.
A very,
look at that.
Look at that.
Beautiful looking jump. You can look at that line of pine boughs. He was right around that 80 meter mark. I would say 79, 80 meters was that ride there for Gibson. A strong effort.
78 meters, and all the elements came together, Dave. Great flight, nice speed, and a really good landing. It's wonderful.
So we move on to Andrew Orlau, number 13 here. He was so consistent yesterday, 89, 88, 89 meters. Knows what it takes. He's got consistency in his timing on the takeoff. Orlau really knows what it takes to put one down in this junior class.
On the hill.
And he's from the Flying Eagles Club in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Another very, very good ride. A huge program in the Midwest. Eau Claire, maybe about an hour and a half east of the Twin Cities. And jumping has been in the blood of people in Eau Claire. 78 meters on that jump. And coming up next, number 14, representing the New York State Ski Educational Foundation, Matt White.
On the hill.
So his coach calls him the mosquito. This guy knows how to sting. Here he comes. So quick to the skis. And Matt is past that 80 meter mark. Matt White is having a great season, really putting it together when it counts here.
79 meters for him, and once again, Dave, I'm going to say it, these young guys are stepping up really big time from that trial round. So that is wonderful stuff.
So they found some speed in the tracks. They've had to adjust to a little bit stickier, grabbier conditions. For you recreational skiers out there, you know the difference between soft spring conditions and hard ice. And hard ice is what these guys prefer. It's smooth, it's predictable, so skill and experience definitely plays a part in today's tournament.
And he's on the hill. Here he goes. Make some noise.
So this is Beckett Ledger from Lake Placid, a great Nordic combine. That is our mark to beat there. Ledger has just propelled himself into the driver's seat of this thing there. A great form. So quiet and calm in here.
Yeah, and absolutely, I think all of these jumpers are just growing more confident on the hill. Confidence is a big part of it. You know, you've got to want to really go for it and take that risk out there as we're ready for Ben Tyson, number 16.
So 82 meters the distance there for Ledger. He picks up 13 meters from the trial jump.
On the hill.
So Kaiser, a great flyer. Watch this one.
Oh, look at him. Look at that.
So really struggled in what it could have been there, Peter. I'm looking at the orange flags on the side of the hill. The wind kind of pointing to the side, maybe even a little bit back towards the Connecticut River. He could have had some tailwind there, which is a major disadvantage, but a smooth jump for Kaiser. Maybe not what he was looking for.
All right, and coming up next, we're going to have the Pride of Brattleboro coming up. And this is Spencer Knickerbocker, at 24 years old. He was a member of the U.S. Nordic Combined Development Team.
So the question is not if he can make some noise when he's on his way down, but how much noise can you make? That would be the question. That's the challenge we put out to you here. So when Spencer slides out on that bar, you hear me call him down the hill, just make as much noise as you can.
Spencer, a great friend of mine. He's a student over there at Marlboro College, and he tells me he just loves taking part in this tournament every single year. His professional career is pretty much over, but he says, you know, there's nothing more fun than doing what he's doing right now, sitting at the top of Harris Hill in front of a roaring hometown crowd.
All right, so stretch out, do whatever you gotta do. Do not pull a muscle, but he's on the hill.
There we go. The double fist pump. He is psyched with that one, and he made it look so easy.
Effortless.
Spencer, what do you think? Are you having a blast here in Brattleboro? Folks, let's give him a round of applause.
Well, to do that and to be a weekend ski jumper, which it's very hard to do, that is an 83-meter leap. That's an excellent job, Spencer. Be really proud about that.
All right, so his challenge is going to come from the top of the hill. This is Cooper Dodds from Hanover, New Hampshire. Lives full-time now in Brooklyn, New York, where there is not a huge ski jumping training center. So this guy, another weekend warrior in our open category. But this guy also, he's been all over the world to compete. A great jumper.
On the hill. 26 years old out of the Fort Sayre Club in the Upper Valley of New Hampshire. He's got a nice
really close to that red line. That's the critical point where the hill begins to flatten back out. A beautiful jump, I think our longest of the day.
86.5 meters. Give it up for him.
If you want to try that one in German, 86,5 Meter.
Yeah, das ist richtig. Dankeschön.
Bitteschön.
And you talked about the critical point, the K point for critical or kritisches in German or whatever. That is the red line of the hill. That begins the engineering point where the hill very slowly starts to flatten out.
But a good way to explain that, if anybody's been to a terrain park at a ski area, Mount Snow, for example, if you hit a jump and you want to make sure you're landing on the steep part of the landing, if you go off a jump and land on the flats, you're going to crumple like a wet cardboard box. And that's what the jumpers experience. So when Chris Lamb takes one down to 99, 100 meters, he's looking at a hill that is really flattening out fast. And it's very, very challenging for those jumpers to time it perfectly and land safely and smoothly.
All right, looks like we're going down the gate. It's number 25 coming up, Matthias Eder of Austria from Eisenserz, 19 years old. They're going down because some of these guys do not need as much speed and they don't want them to out-jump the hill. And here he comes.
And on the hill.
So Ader comes from a long legacy of sheesh flinging, and he's got one going. So that's a great sign. If Ader, he struggled a little bit. I talked with him yesterday. He was struggling to find his timing on this takeoff. He's found it now, and we're really close to that critical point.
You know, Dave, he's done ski flying, which is gigantic ski jumping. And he, in Planitza, he went 138 meters in Slovenia. That is, anybody that can do that is really a world-class jumper.
Distance for him, 85,5 Meter. Sehr schöner Sprung von Matthias Ader aus Österreich. And we're going to number 26 now of the U.S. Ski Jumping National Team Program, Patrick Gazanica.
On the hill.
18-year-old flyer out of the Northeast Ski Club.
Peter, not what he was looking for there. He's been consistent all weekend, but I wonder, it could have been a bunch of things. There could have been some tailwind, or he could have missed the timing there. The jumpers are a little too late. Like Willie Graves was saying yesterday, they just don't get the power when they take off.
Yeah, you've got to listen to Willie.
That's true.
All right.
Meet another Carl.
67-meter jump on that one, and now Josef Dirnbauer from Austria. He's from the Saffelden Club.
So many talented Austrians. I mean, names like Andreas Goldberger, Thomas Morgenstern, Gregor Schlierenzauer. I mean, they are just known for being at the top of the sport all the time. And this, of course, Dirnbauer knows what it takes. They have such a network of world-class jumps. But when you come across to the United States and jump Brattleboro for the first time, it's a pretty new experience.
Yeah, he's had a long jump of 138 meters in the final stop on the Four Hills today, Bischofshofen, Austria, within an hour's drive of Salzburg.
On the hill.
Josef Dirnbauer.
Look at that height. He's got something going there. It didn't quite carry as well as I thought it would. He had great explosive power on the takeoff. A little bit behind in the flight, but a strong effort for Dirnbauer.
And a jump of 82 meters for the Austrian as we welcome you to Harris Hill. And now coming up from the United States of America, member of the national team, number 28 is Nick Mattoon from the Flying Eagles of Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
So the Mattoon brothers, they've been a fixture on the national circuit for many years. Their father, Dan, is a technical delegate, very involved in the sport as well. Nick, a consistent flyer. We learned earlier he's second place in the U.S. Cup standings.
On the hill.
Yeah, he's turned in some great results. Tell you about that in a minute. Nice air entry, big crowd up there.
That is in the hunt. A beautiful landing, Peter. You saw how he just smoothly transitioned into that telemark landing when the skis are staggered just a bit. That's going to earn great marks from the judges.
And we have 88 meters on that jump, coupled with the style. It's going to be very good.
All right, so coming now, Jean Stupar from Slovenia, 90 meters in the second round yesterday. So when all the pressure is on, this guy can deliver. I've been talking with ISF coach Colin Delaney. The Slovenians are so explosive, and they use this unbelievable technique to really get to the air quick.
On the hill.
All right, here he is in the takeoff. And he got a lot out of that. Really well done.
Jean Stupar, these guys are loving it. For many of these athletes, it's their first time in the United States. And can you guys think of a better experience to meet the US of A than in Brattleboro, Vermont?
Absolutely not, Dan. Couldn't agree with you more. What a gorgeous day, gorgeous venue, and I have to say, gorgeous crowd. Give yourselves a round of applause for showing up today.
Best looking crowd in 95 years, sports fans.
All right, and coming up, we have Chris Lamb, a junior at Marlborough College, a previous member of the U.S. ski jumping team. He went 86 meters the last jump.
Now you talk about ski flying, Peter. His personal best is 194 meters.
On the hill, here he comes.
That's a nice start.
That's a great effort for Lamb, and think about this. He is in the hunt to retire the Fred Harris Trophy, and that puts him very much in the hunt. So if he can follow that up with a good second round jump, he could very well retire the trophy today.
87 meters on that last jump.
87 Meter, and this could be pretty exciting. Unofficially right now, he's in second place behind the Slovenian. So Chris, you could make Harris Hill history today. All right, our next athlete at the top of this hill, Jacques Chaly from the Miss Lina Ski Club in beautiful Slovenia. Peter, they have a huge national development program. Bine Norkic there is the national team coach of the United States. We're relying on them for a lot of advice, but today it could be a day for the USA. We'll see Chris Lamb has thrown the mark to beat down there at 87 meters.
On the hill, here he comes. That's right, a very close relationship between the United States and the Slovenian team. That's a beauty! A lovely, lovely jump way down there.
Jacques Chaly putting on a show with a perfect landing. Right around that, I would say, 90, 91 meter zone. 89 meter, 89 meters there, so it is close. And Chris Lamb is very much still in the hunt today.
All right, getting on the bar now, and he's a good one from St. Paul, Minnesota, Brian Wallace. Brian has been on a World Junior team 4 times, and he loves the sport, and he's a very good jumper.
Personable guy, he's a lot of fun to talk to. It's so cool. I mean, by 20 years old, these guys have traveled the world. They've been to Japan, Korea, Poland, all over Europe. So it's pretty neat to hear the stories these guys have to tell. He's the leader in our USA Cup standing.
On the hill. All right, and watch Brian Wallace throwing it out up there, cramping in. And another beauty for him.
Slaps it down.
Dave, we've got a lot of very close jumps. These are people that are within a meter of each other.
Now, I think there's a bit of an advantage there. So Brian Wallace knows Chris Lamb well, knows what he's capable of. Former teammates, he saw Chris Lamb throw down at 87 meters. So he said, you know what? I know what it's going to take to put my name on that Fred Harris trophy.
Well, 90 meters for Brian Wallace. And this brings us down to the final jumper in this round. Blas Pavlic of Slovenia, number 33.
Your champion from yesterday. 2 beautiful rides of 98 meters, 101 in training yesterday. Folks, let's make a little noise from Slovenia's Blas Pavlic, your champion from yesterday in the Pepsi Challenge.
Well, Slovenia's got a culture that understands ski jumping. Big crowd, quite a bit of national support. And he was a former junior champion for Slovenia. The complex in Planica and in Kran, near Kranjska Gora, are incomparable in the sport.
So a lot of variables in play today. The track is a little bit tough, a little bit soft. They've tightened it up. The wind also a factor.
Here he comes, make some noise.
All right, a little bit of crosswind in the takeoff.
Do we have a new hill record?
That's a new
hill record.
Unbelievable. So you saw the wind. It was tailwind there, Peter. It turned up the hill, and Pavlic took total advantage.
Well, and you've got to be that good to do it, Dave. I don't think I ever saw such a wide.
104 meters. That's a new hill record.
That is
by
a
2 meters. 104 meters.
Unbelievable. You can see his style, Peter. The skis were way out, looking like Primož Paterka, the world champion from Slovenia, who's competed here in Brattleboro. I bet Paterka might have given him a few tips there before he made the trip over.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I do a lot of jumping around the world, and I think that was one of the biggest V's I've ever seen. And the V technique is you pre-lift the upper body and the 2 skis out to left and right. It is the most efficient way to jump.
Now what's cool over there, Brian Wallace is chatting with Pavlic over there, and they're giving each other tips. They're talking about sharing the mutual language of ski jumping there, and it's so wonderful to have these international athletes from Austria, Slovenia joining us here at Harrisville to make history. Pavlic, congratulations.
One more time. New record. As you saw here. Get up for him.
Pavlic, come on over here. We'd love to talk to you over in the announcer's booth. Come on and join us right here. Right over here. Come on. You smell the sausages at Andre's Sausage Kitchen. You'll find us.
Pavlic, this way. Over here.
There it is. We're going to talk to our current hill record holder. So Chris Lamb, maybe a little disappointed, but what a leap of 104 meter for Blas Pavlic of Slovenia.
Hey, Blas, Peter Graves here. That was an incredible jump, breathtaking hill record. Did you come into Brattleboro thinking this was possible?
No, I didn't think so, especially as the conditions are pretty bad today because of the warm weather. But the jump was pretty scary because the track is short, and I thought I won't land it because I had so much height.
You guys are a very strong program in Slovenia right now, and maybe a lot of the people would be interested to know, like our U.S. team works closely with them. Our head trainer for the U.S., BD Norkic. So our guys are over there a lot, and we've been very lucky.
Yeah, we see your jumpers all the time in Planica, and we're pretty close, I think.
So hill record right now, and do you have any other hill records around the world?
No, actually, that's my first.
All right. There we go.
Thank you so very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, give it up for him, our new hill record setter right there.
Blas Pavlic, these guys, like I said, Peter, they've traveled all over the world. They're young. I think he's a full-time student as well, in addition to his ski jumping career. So great to have such wonderful ambassadors for our sport all across the globe.
Yeah, I mean, a hill record, that takes a lot here now to set a new record at Harris Hill. Obviously, we have the latest in FIS homologated technology on the hill. This is an extremely modern hill, and it flies really well. But let me say, on this day, you all witnessed something incredibly special. That does not happen every year, I'll tell you.
I can tell you one thing that I keep noticing when we have the opportunity to talk to these jumpers. We talked to your son yesterday, Willie, and he talked about spending a half an hour unconscious on this hill, and while he was doing it, he was smiling. When Plav said it got a little scary, he was smiling. There's something wrong with these people.
Well, that was awesome. So we've got much more to come, and who knows? One hill record. The hill's great for flying. Maybe we'll see another.
Let's hope so.
So, folks, what we're going to do in order to make it exciting, we're going to switch the order. We're going to have reverse order. The best jumps will be last this afternoon, and we're going to take a short break. So go get yourselves hydrated. Enjoy some delicious libations there, and we'll see you again here live at Harris Hill in just a few moments.
You in Europe at a lot of the hills, huh? We'll go E. All right.
That's right. It's actually, you got to get a little bit of a Z in there. The word T in German means to pull. And at all the big ski jumping tournaments, when the jumpers are in the air, the crowd goes T, and it helps the jumpers fly farther down the air. It's pretty darn exciting.
All right, so we're going to do it. We're going to do it. T. When he gets in on the takeoff, this is the first Austrian coming up. Oh, no, excuse me. It is Patrick Gazanica. And then to the Austrian.
So what we saw in that last round there, the jumpers were saying the track was disintegrating. We were worried about inconsistencies in speed, but I'll tell you, the junior jumpers picked up approximately 10 meters per jump. I tell you, if Blas Pavlic picks up 10 meters, he's going to land out in the parking lot.
He's going to be in some trouble. Yeah. He's going to be in another zip code.
He'll be able to purchase things tax-free.
Oh, yeah. That's your right.
Live free or jump hard. All right, so just a brief break here while we get ready for Patrick Gazanica, number 26. Sport fans, you are in the right place at the right time here. This day two of action at beautiful Harris Hill. 95 years of ski jumping tradition here in southern Vermont. I'm Dave McCahill alongside Fish and Peter Graves. It's just a thrill being out here with you all today.
Oh, pleasure's all mine, Dave. To work with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely great to have the band back together.
Well, folks, for a super thrilling finale. At this point, it's still totally open as to who is going to get their name etched on that Fred Harris trophy.
All right, Dave, thank you. 72 meters on that last jump. We're ready now.
For the Österreicher. So this, folks, is where we're going to need you to sing along.
See, remember that.
When Dirtbauer hits the takeoff, we're going to go ballistic, and he's going to feel like he's back home in Sound of Music land.
Yeah, he lives near Salzburg. Here he comes. Are you ready?
Here we go. Awesome jump for Dirtbauer, right around that 80-meter mark. The hills are most certainly alive here, Peter.
With music, that's right. And why not? The Van Trapp family moved from Salzburg to Stowe. We've got some Austrian traditions. 37 meters on that jump. Next up, the Austrian teammate of Dirt Power. This will be Matthias Elder.
I do see that. That was
I'm sure these guys know the Mitter family well. Of course, Andreas Mitter, a great friend of ours.
Yep.
Their father Wolfgang, very instrumental in getting the World Championships in Ramsau, Dachstein in 1999. A wonderful event.
Yeah, no, it was a sensational event, of course. At Dachstein, you can ski on a glacier and jump on plastic in the summer. It's an ideal place to train if you're Nordic combined.
On the hill.
Okay, so a little bit of a short jump there for Matthias Ada. 85.5 in round one, coming up a little short. Maybe we psyched him out, Peter.
69 meters, and Matthias is in field. Bravo.
Er ist gut ins Ziel gekommen, ganz genau. We're ready now for Jan Stupar from Slovenia, 86 meters. Folks, if there's one thing you don't want to do, it's to write off these Slovenians before the final results are in. They know how to compete. A huge developmental program there. They're used to really tight levels of competition. And we know that Stupar's got what it takes to put one past the cable.
Yes, it's going to be a team, the Slovenian team, that's going to be very, very tough to make for Pyeongchang coming up less than a year from now. The jumping venue over there is beautiful.
Here he comes on the way, Mitch.
Jan Stupar, here he comes. Great looking point. He's got one going. All right, right around that 80-meter mark there, so these last athletes struggling a little bit to find the distance. Peter, I wonder if the jury said they're going to bring the in-run speed down just a little bit after they saw Blaž Pavlic go 104.
79 meters. I would say they are, Dave. A little hard to tell from there, but I think they are down from a high point of gate 22. There are multiple starts. We're going on at 18 now.
79 meter. Now, folks, your formal hill record holder. Let's put them together for the Marlborough College ski team athlete, Chris Lamb.
Here he comes.
And I said gate 18. This is on 15. Here comes Chris Lamb.
Great start for him. That puts him right now in the driver's seat. As of now, he's in position, Fish, to retire the Fred Harris Trophy.
And of course, to do that, you have to have your name etched on it 3 times.
And the distance on that jump for American Chris Lamb, 85 meters.
So cool to see. He's a former member of our national team. He's been ski flying. He's flown 194 meters over in Austria. Really consistent there. And he took a little tumble in competition yesterday. So great to see he's feeling good. And now in the driver's seat. He could make history here at Harris Hill today.
It's a lot of excitement going on here at Harris Hill. Don't you feel good for being there? Make some noise that you're here on a gorgeous day for the 95th annual Fred Harris Memorial Tournament.
Fish and Peter, just 4 athletes are left at the top of this storied hill. We have Mattoon, Shalik, Wallace, and Pavlic. We've got 2 Americans and 2 Slovenians. It's an international field atop this hill, and it's going to be a nail-biter. All right, so on the bar now, Nick Mattoon of the Flying Eagle Ski Club, 2nd overall in the United States in terms of the U.S. Cup standings. A great competitor, a great individual. Here he comes.
And
On the hill.
Nick has a real shot at being on the Olympic team for the United States next year.
Nice looking so close to our K-point.
How sweet is that?
So I would say at this point, unfortunately, that probably is not enough to keep Chris Lamb in the lead on the flying the wing trophy there, but a beautiful jump from Mattoon right around that critical point of 88 meter. 89 meter, so he picks up 1. There's speed to be had here, Peter.
Yep, definitely. We are down to 3 here at Harris Hill on a beautiful day.
All right, so from Slovenia on the training in the Alps there, Jacques Shalik here, a great competitor, 89 meters in the first round. Make some noise, folks.
And Shalik really needs to air this one out.
Oh, he's got one going. Good job with a perfect landing. That is what Shalik wanted. Wasn't quite perfect on the first round, and now He is in charge of things at Harris Hill. Jacques, beautifully done.
And the distance on that jump pitch, 95 meters.
All right, give it up for him, 95 meters.
All right, folks, 2 athletes are left. Mano a mano at the top of this ski jump. 1 American, 1 Slovenian. We've got the Minnesotan there, Brian Wallace, up in the top of the jump, the highlighter orange suit. A great, great guy. He knows exactly what he takes. 4 times, Peter, he's competed in the Junior World Championships. Let's see what he's got.
Yep, now calming himself and on the end run.
Here he goes.
Brian Wallace from the United States.
He's got it. That's close to 99 meters. Brian Wallace has given absolutely everything he can to put his name on that Fred Harris trophy. And he is so good at putting in a perfect landing, the judges are going to eat that for breakfast.
Oh boy, that was sensational. What a tournament here, and now we're down to 1. It's the man who just set the hill record just a little while ago of 104 startling, breathtaking meters.
I can tell you, when you're the only person left at the top of Harris Hill and the crowd is going ballistic, it's a pretty special feeling, folks. Let's make a little noise for your hill record holder from Slovenia, Pavlic.
And Dave, the last jump was at 100 meters, another outstanding ride. What a great tournament we have had here. And now up to the top. You heard me talk to this young man a while ago. He's a cool cat. He's going to be relaxed. He's already set the hill record, and he can afford now to throw caution to the wind.
All right, so that was awesome. Brian Wallace, cool and composed, throwing down to 100 meters. Unbelievable, with a perfect telemark landing, Peter.
Yeah, a beautiful jump for Brian. Brian definitely with a shot on that Olympic team for Pyeongchang a year from now.
All right, Bob making his way out onto the bar.
So, Brian, we've got you close here for just a second. Pavlic's there on top of the bar. What do you think's going through his head? He's going to go far, but is he going to go 100 meters? That's the question.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Hey,
folks.
Dave.
Here he comes. He's on the way.
Pavlic is on the slide. Let's see what he can do. Unbelievable, and look at this sportsmanship from Brian Wallace, applauding his international teammate here. Pavlic is just eating this up, and I think, folks, he's put his name in the Harris Hill
Here he
history
comes.
books.
And good night, Irene. He nailed 2 big ones today.
Dude.
The distance on that jump was 102. And David and Fish, he has to go down. He started at gate 14. He was worried about carrying too much speed, so he went down a couple of gates.
That's right. So 102 and 104. Give it up for him. Isn't that exciting?
Make some noise,
That is
folks.
exciting stuff.
We witnessed history here. That was probably the highest point total we've ever had at Harris Hill from Boz Pavlic there of Slovenia. He is just basking in this moment here in the outrun, enjoying the atmosphere. His first time ever in the United States. And what an adventure indeed for this young man from the Slovenian Alps. All right, folks, so the action continues. Don't go away. We have lots coming up here. We're going to do our target jumping tournament in just a few moments here, so we'll watch the top competitors from today's tournament head off the jump there and go for a huge pile of cash. And don't go away. We're going to have our award ceremony. This should be a great way to watch. Oh, we also have Ben Kaiser at the top of the hill.
Somebody's sliding out on the bar right now. It's like, Dave, are we doing 2 rounds or just winner take all?
I believe it's 1 and done. Zach, correct me if I'm wrong. It's 1 and done. The track conditions are accelerating a little bit too much. Perched at the very top of Harris Hill. So they're pulling out all the stuff. This will be a fun round to watch. This is sort of a proverbial bonus round now here, Vic.
Right. So, and it is precision. So anybody who goes over that target, of course, is disqualified.
All right, Ben Kaiser here. He's a great flyer.
Nice
one. Right around that, I would say, if I were guessing, 86.5 meters would be my guess, Fish. Whoops. 86, off by a half a meter.
Half a meter. You're a half a meter better than me.
Please put that cigarette down.
All right, so the mark to beat, 6 meter. Set by Ben Kaiser. Folks, the hometown athlete now. This is Spencer Knickerbocker.
You ready?
At the top of his home hill. Let's see what he's capable of, folks. Make a little noise for this guy. Here he comes.
Here we go,
All right, Spencer loves it. And that's it. He's in charge right now, Spencer. That's great. Spencer, come on over to the announcer's booth. We want to pick your brain just a little bit. Beautiful jump there. Survey said, jump right to the K point, Spencer. Beautifully done. Waiting for our next gear to come out there. Spencer, I just want to congratulate you. I know how much this means to you competing in front of a home crowd. Tell me, how's your weekend been so far?
It's been an awesome weekend. It's so great to be jumping here in Brattleboro and have such a great crowd and great weather. It's awesome.
And Spencer, you're part of the crew that makes this happen. I know that you're a student at Marlboro College. You were up here on the in-run this week getting the thing ready. You organized the Nordic Combined race over at the Country Club. Tell me, what's the jumping community like here in Brattleboro?
The jumping community is really strong, and it's time for us to get more kids involved and have some more programming. So if anyone ever wants to help out, just
All right, bid 15 at the top of the hill.
get the sport bigger.
That's awesome. Spencer, congratulations. You're currently the one poised to take home a fistful of cash. So best of luck to you. Who do we got here, number 15?
Beckett Ledger at the top of the hill right
This is
now.
Beckett the Bucket Ledger. He is a junior at Northwood School in beautiful Lake Placid, New York. And he's waiting for the flag from his coach, Colin Delaney.
On the hill, here we go.
What a floating jump. You can see Beckett was about 2 feet off the ground for about 60 meters there. A fantastic flyer. Really well done. He had a great day out on the tracks today. Right around that 86.5 meter mark, I would guess.
87.
Oh, Tish, every time.
Just up by that much.
I need to get laser eye surgery. All right, so it is currently Spencer Knickerbocker who's poised to take home some cash. He's got a fan club over here. Yeah, boy.
Hometown kid.
Indeed. All right, so Zach, who do we have next on the board?
They don't know yet.
Unclear. Maybe it's the cash cow.
Could be. Cash cow.
Brattleboro Savings and Loan.
Cash cow, please report to the top of the hill. Bib 29. Zan Stupar.
Jan Stupar comes from a tiny nation called Slovenia, the capital of which is Ljubljana.
I was going to say Montpelier.
Population unknown. I would guess 500,000. Very beautiful country. Less than 500,000? 200,000 we say.
On the hill. I think he might have just ripped a bag of money at him.
Jan Stupar. A beautiful ride there, right around that 90 meter mark.
90
exactly. And look at him, as we'd say in German, he is fix und fertig. He is totally done. He's had a wonderful weekend of ski jumping here in the United States, and he loves the atmosphere. He's ready to take home a whole pile of cash, and I'm pretty excited for him.
Two left.
And then there were two athletes, folks. The last two standing at the top of Harris Hill. Are you going to make a little noise for them, sports fans?
This is it.
That's what I thought.
Next time we talk to you, we're talking about the 96th year, so make some noise.
I mean, how unbelievable will it be, Fish? The 100 years of ski jumping in Harris Hill. Unbelievable.
So you might notice during this extra round here, things are not as dialed in as they are during our competition. As skiers are ready, they pop them out on the bar and they get them going. So as soon as we know, you know.
You know, I just want to take a second here, Fish. There are so many people that make this happen there. It's just a huge crew of volunteers. We'd just like to say thank you to our markers on the side of the hill, to the members of our committee, to our judging staff, to all the folks that work for weeks to get this venue ready, to all our friends in Mount Snow that helped us filmmaking, to our attendants in the parking lot, we would just like to say thank you for all your hard work these past couple weeks. You put on a wonderful show, and we've got you all to thank.
All right, our previous record, our hill record holder, Chris Lamb, sliding out onto the bar right now.
Student at Marlborough College there, we call him the professor. Former member of our national team. He's been ski flying in Europe, and you know what? I think Christus has been having a lot of fun this weekend. Let's make a little noise for this guy from New Hampshire. Brattleboro is his second home here. A pretty special moment for this young man. So he's coached by former teammate Collins and he's on the radio there representing the New York Ski Educational Foundation. Here he comes.
On the hill, here we go.
This guy knows how to fly. That's a smooth one there. Maybe a little shorter than he hoped, but you know what? Chris doesn't care. He's having fun here in his adopted second home, and thanks for putting on a great show here today, Chris.
75.5 meters.
So, Fish, I believe there's one athlete at the top of this hill.
That is correct.
Is it the Cash Cow?
Cash Cow, please report to the top of the hill.
All you need are some skis and goggles. That's really all you need.
You don't even need that. Those are service goggles.
That's basically all you need to do. That's basically all you need.
So our final skier at the top, Jacques Chalik of Slovenia, sports fans. He's had a brilliant weekend there. He's been on the podium. Talk with these Slovenian athletes there. They're just loving the atmosphere. You guys have been such wonderful hosts here. So thanks to you for making this trip so special for our European guests.
And make as much noise as you can, because
This is our
as
final
I
show of the weekend.
this is
And pretty nice. I don't know. It's unclear who's in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that one was close.
89 Meter, 89 meters the distance there. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, our winner is Jan Stupar from Slovenia. You can change that cash over to euros at Brattleboro Savings and Loan, but congratulations to Jan there, our champion. So folks, that concludes our wonderful weekend here at Harris Hill. On behalf of all of us, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming out here, supporting the event. Fish, it's been a total blast.
Has been, once again, a great pleasure to work with you, Dave, and of course Peter. Good to have him back in the fold this year. Whenever he can make it, he has an open invitation with us. So it's been a pleasure. Everybody, thank you for coming out to the 95th annual Harris Hill Ski Jump.
It's been unforgettable, folks. We hope you had a wonderful time, because we know we sure did. We watched history. The largest point total in Harris Hill history, 104 unbelievable, spectacular meters here,
That was
live on scene.
unbelievable jump.
It's one thing to watch it on NBC, but it's a whole nother animal to experience that live in person. So on behalf of all of us here at Harris Hill, we'd like to thank you for joining us during this weekend. We'll see you next year for the 96th annual Fred Harris Memorial Ski Jumping Tournament. The beer tent is still open, folks, just so you know. Still open for business. They're on fumes. A shout out to our friends at Whetstone, and of course our great friends at Lagunitas Brewing. They have long since been a sponsor of the USA Ski Jumping Crew. They've been over to Europe to support us over there in Planica. A huge thank you to our good friends over at Lagunitas Brewing for keeping us well hydrated through all the good times.
Make this event happen. Thank you so very much. How about a round of applause for all our volunteers, supporters that just make this event happen every single year. So presenting our awards today, we have two great friends of ski jumping in this area. We've got Sally Harris and we've got her daughter Kelsey. Sandy, Sandy. We've got Sandy Harris and her daughter Kelsey, the granddaughter and the daughter of Fred Harris. to help us here with the award ceremony. So that'll be going today, and of course they'll be giving away, not giving away, but presenting the Wing Ski Trophy in honor of Fred Harris, who has meant so much to the ski jumping community in this region. So we're going to start with our junior category. Today in third place with 194.5 points, your bronze medalist, Matt White of NYSA. Congratulations, Matt. Jumped to 79 and 85.5 meters. In second place, with jumps of 78 and 89 meters, representing the Flying Eagle Ski Club, Andrew Orlau. Congratulations, Andrew. And Kelsey and Sandy Harris presenting the awards to our champions. And your champion in the junior category today with jumps of 82 and 86 meters. A warm round of applause for your champion, Beckett Letcher. There you go, the next generation. Folks, a round of applause for your junior class champion. Congratulations. All right, folks, a public service announcement. If you are sliding down the landing slope, we need to ask you to come down. Unfortunately, it's just not safe. To everyone on the landing hill, we need to have you come down immediately. Thank you very much. It's just not safe. Thanks for coming down. All right, to our ladies class. With a beautiful jump of 40 meters, this is your first weekend skiing an Olympic-sized hill. How about a round of applause for your champion, Ariel? Is that junior? Way to go, Ariel. Nicely done. Not sure if she's around for the second award. Ariel, there she is. She's coming. Coaching Salisbury, Connecticut for the junior jumpers, and she's done a great job out here this weekend. Let's give her a nice round of applause. Ariel Picton, your ladies champion. Way to go, Ariel. All right, we're going to go into our open class today. In second place with jumps of 83 and 84.5 meters. He hails from Brattleboro. His home club is the Harris Hill Ski Jumping Shivaheim. Let's go to for Spencer Knickerbocker. And folks, your champion today in the open category with beautiful jumps of 86.5 and 87.5 meters from Brooklyn, New York. Please congratulate Cooper Dye. Way to go, Cooper. And in third place, but number one in our hearts, the Brattleboro Savings and Loan Cash Cow Jumper. Just teasing. There we go. Folks, a round of applause for our open class jumpers. They did a great job out there. Way to go. Cooper Dodds and Spencer Knickerbocker. Congratulations, gentlemen. All right, we're going to do a short award ceremony as well for our Nordische Kombination athletes, the Nordic combined skiers. We had a great race today out of the Brattleboro Country Club there. 5 kilometers of racing based on yesterday's first jump. So in third place, representing the Andover Outing Club, Henry Johnstone. I think he's taken off. In second place, representing the Fort Sarah Ski Club, Evan Nichols. And folks, your champion, he won the junior category today and the Nordic combined race earlier today from Northwood School in Lake Placid, Beckett Ledger, your Nordic combined champion here. Wonderful, and such a great legacy of Nordic combined here, of course. Bill Damon, Olympic champion, took part many years in this tournament here in Brattleboro, the current director of USA Ski Jumping and Nordic combined. So he does not get the Fred Harris Trophy. This is the Nordic combined. So we're just congratulating our Nordic combined athletes, and they'll pose for a photo.
I really screwed this up. Sorry.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Nicely done.
No, it's totally fine. You just give those back.
Give him the trophy.
All right, and now to our Fred Harris Memorial Tournament. It was a wonderful weekend indeed. We have a brand new hill record of 104 meters. History has been made, and I believe this is the highest point total we've ever seen here at Harris Hill, 285.5 points. So folks, how about just a round of applause for how amazing this weekend was here in Brattleboro. In third place today with jumps of 89 and 95 meters coming from Slovenia, Jacques Chalik. Congratulations, Jacques. In second place with jumps of 90 and 100 meters from St. Paul, Minnesota, representing USA Ski Jumping, Brian Lawless. Congratulations, Brian. He is your leader in the US Cup Series. Very terrific. And your champion from today, the holder of a new hill record here at Harris Hill, jumps of 104 and 102 meters. Please join me in congratulating Blaj Pavlic from Slovenia. The stand will be presenting here the amazing, the storied Fred Harris Memorial Winged Trophy to our champion, Blaj Pavlic from Slovenia. Folks, one more round of applause for your Fred Harris Memorial Tournament champion. Congratulations, gentlemen. There it is. Wonderful. And folks, just one more round of applause. It was such a wonderful weekend here. Perfect conditions to our volunteers, to our competitors, and to our spectators. Thank you so very much for joining us this year for the 95th edition of ski jumping here at Harris Hill. We'll see you next year for the 96th annual tournament.
Excellent. Everybody good? I want to get a picture of just him too. Yep. Brian, thanks. Thank you very much. They're not gas for today? Yes. Oh, nice. Yeah, really. Oh, yeah.
Third?
Second? Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey. That thing weighs about 40 pounds. Yeah, I know. Did you get that on the airplane now? Thank you. Got win it 3 times. Target jump? Target.
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 Thank you. Do they not know about
It's on?
What, didn't Chris Liam get third place in open? He didn't.
He didn't jump in open, he jumped in the other class so he could win the trophy. Well, you did.
Foolishly heavy.
As it should be.
Yes.
All right, where do you want us to stand?
Good spot.
Anywhere here? Okay.
Great.
And
I was telling him
your
these
team.
are all each
Yeah.
handmade every year.
Oh, yeah, and the coach. Coach,
Where are we standing? Anywhere, just so they can. That's all. Good? Good.
American product.
What do you think of the design? It's very intriguing. Well, you got a wing. Not much meat on the wing. Oh, I know. It's incredible design.
Okay, I like handmade.
I would like to say thank you to the community that prepared the hills and made possible for us to jump here. And it was great, the crowd was great, and it was a great experience that I'll probably never forget. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a safe trip back home.
Sorry?
When you going home?
We're going home on Monday. Yeah.
You staying in Bradbury?
Yeah.
Earlier today, yeah.
Wonderful.
We're staying here in Bradbury.
Okay. Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Thank you.